Neil Armstrong, your fitness coordinator at the Covington. And for our next video, we are going to work a little bit with some free weights, and we'll also do a little bit of work for our balance. So on the topic of weights, obviously I have access to weights. As an alternative, you could get like cans of food, cans of beans or whatever, various water bottles. Ladies, you can throw some stuff in your purse and then use that as a weight. Alternatively, for those of you that are living at the Covington, if you want weights, call my office and I will get you some. So with that out of the way, make sure that you have a comfortable chair, you have enough space around you to safely exercise, and make sure that as we're going through our lifts with the weight, you are careful, you're aware of your space, and you're aware of your body. We want to really minimize the risk of any injury that might happen. So if you know that you have, say, a shoulder issue, just be cognizant of that so that you can be on the lookout for it. And with that said, we can start. So we'll begin with a little bit of a warm-up. So in your chair, sit up nice and tall. You can imagine there's a string and it is going from the top of your head all the way to the ceiling, and it's helping make a little bit of gentle length in your neck, your whole spine, and it's also helping to wake up the core just a little bit so that you have that stabilization going on. So from here, we're going to start with some head turns. So I can be looking back and forth. And if this is the first bit of movement that you're going through today, or maybe it's not, don't feel like you have to crank the head, but be nice and easy with it. You can stop right before the neck starts to really activate so that it's more of just a light, easy movement back and forth. We'll take one more. And settle at the middle. All right, let's take a head circle for the next one. So I'm going to have you don your nose paintbrush and paint a perfect circle in front of your face. Still trying to imagine that string that is at the top of your head. You can play around with some different sized circles, smaller, larger. And if one of them feels better than the other, that is your winner. You'll finish this one and go the other way. Let's take two more. And relax. All right, we will do a couple chin tucks. So sitting up nice and tall, you could take your fingers to your chin, and I want you to pull the chin away from the fingers and release. Let's take two more. Pull away and release. Last time. Pulling back. You can think ears over shoulders, trying to stack the ears over the shoulders. See if you can hold that. Release the hand. Separate the legs and circle it through the torso, the pelvis, the waist. You can do these slowly, a little quicker, mid-tempo. Just be aware if you go too quick, you could get a little dizzy. So, don't give yourself whiplash. Let's take one more. And we'll switch. Get in a little bit of a light stretch through the hips, the back. Breathe through your movement. Let's take one more. And relax. You can reset the legs, hands by the sides, and we will start with a little bit of lateral flexion. So, you just let one hand creep toward the floor, engage the core, come to center, other side. Back and forth. Obviously, the farther that you go here, you might notice a stretch in the lower back, side of the waist. And if you are going further, just think of pulling in the belly toward the spine, just to help support your lower back. We got one more each side. And come into center. Hands can come on the lap, and we're just going to roll those shoulders back and down. Couple breaths here. Don't overdo the circle. And let's switch direction, back to front. You can't hear it, but I sure can hear my shoulders. You might hear yours too. Nothing to be too concerned about. Let's take one more. Good, settle. All right, next one we can go through. You can think of it like archery. I call it the bow and arrow. So you can bring the arms forward, and you're going to grab your bowstring, pull it back, reaching through your shoulder blade, your scapula, and switch. Getting a little bit of a stretch in those upper back muscles, the lats. Breathe through and switch. And switch. And switch. And another switch. And your last time. Relax. All right, let's go ahead and grab hold of the leg, rotate the ankle clockwise or counterclockwise. We're doing both. And switch your direction. And set the foot down. Pick up the other and do it again. Rotate, rotate, rotate. So this is a very simple movement. I would suggest that you do it as many times as you can through the day. Switch direction just to keep the ankles mobile, and you might loosen up a little bit of tightness in there. But if I relate this to balance, it's very important that the ankles are able to function, and that rotation is a good starting point if yours are a little stiffer. So, let's see. From here, you can scooch forward, kick these out of the way, and I'm going to have us just reach the legs back and forth. You can be reaching them directly out to the side. to the side, but slightly not as far to the side. Whatever is more comfortable for your hips is that should be your guide. You don't want to feel pain in the knee, the hip. Couple more. Last time. And relax. All right, let's do a little bit of marching just to help warm up the lower body and to wake up the heart a little bit. So sit up nice and tall and take it away. You're focusing here on the lifting of the knees, the legs. Nice quiet feet. Start to notice your breathing a little more here. And you're letting the arms just follow along. We'll go through a new variant, and that'll be hopping left and right. So we go in 3, 2, and 1. Hop, hop, hop. Same thing, focusing on engaging the core. There's a little bit of rotation happening, so really stabilize in the middle section to help keep the back nice and safe. And if you find you can't go very far to the side, you can take smaller movement and focus on just lifting the legs. Little teeny bounces. So next variation, we're going to hop forward and backward and go for it. Front to back. Back and front. Same thing with the arms. If it helps to let them move, let them move. Otherwise, if it doesn't, keep them where they are. Excellent. Almost done. And let's take it back to a march. Only one more variation after this, I promise. And we're going to go quick feet, pitter patter in 3, 2, 1. Nice quick feet. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Don't lock the legs. And rest. Excellent. A little bit of movement. Can wiggle the legs in and out. Let the hips relax. The quads. Get some water if you need it. And if not, let's grab your weights. Maybe it's a can of beans. Maybe it's water. Maybe it's actual weights. Again, if you want them, call me. All right, so we can start with the first movement for our biceps. So you've got the arms hanging down by the sides, palms are forward, and we start. First rep, arms come up, and we're gonna go slow, control, and nice explosive up. Control the descent. Ooh, yeah. Again, control it down. Let that muscle build up some heat. Nice and slow. And quick cup. Slow it down. And quick. Down slow. Up again. We're going to take 2 more. Down slow. And curl. Slow. Last time. And slow. Very nice, very nice. Adjust yourself if you need to. And if you weren't, try and get forward in the chair as opposed to being far back. So when you're ready, we will do that a second time. Prepare and exhale, curl. Slow, slow, slow. Take it up and slow it down and up. Slow and up you go. Slow you go. Good. Again. And down. And up we go. Down you go. We're going to take 2 more. You're doing great. And lower it down. And take it up. Last time. Let's go real slow. Take it down. Bring it back up. Let it come down lower. Bring it back up. Take it down even lower. Bring it back up. Even lower. And back up. When I said 1 more, clearly not what I meant, huh? And last time up. Slow down. Good, relax. You can set your weights down for a moment. Give your arms a little shake, wet noodle, and roll the shoulders if you like. This sort of flailing, I'll call it. If you need to do that after each exercise, you can. You don't have to just boom, 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 back to back. So when you're ready, get your weights and we bring them to the chest. All right, we will take a little bit of kind of a jab motion. So what I want you to think about doing is don't just throw your arm forward. Reach from the back, from your shoulder blade. 1 at a time. You will notice that I am turning the palm so that it faces the floor as I go through these. Make sure you're breathing. Back and forth. Do them nice and slow so that you can really focus on quality of movement rather than jerky, kind of snappy movement. Good. Let's take 2 more. And punch. And last time, punch. Good. You can set the weights on the lap. Take a couple breaths. Breathing in nice and deep. And let it out. We can take 1 more like that. And let it go. All right. Let's work a little bit the shoulders here. So you can bring the weights, same kind of position as when we were doing the sort of boxing. So from here, when you start to lift the arms, pretend there's like a band around the elbows and that it's keeping them together. So I'm not looking for you to straighten the arm all the way up. I'm looking for you to bring the weights about head height and back down. And remember, those elbows, keep them in. It'll get harder to maintain that the higher up the arm goes. So if this is you, maybe you don't want to lift that high. And we continue. Remembering to keep the core activated, supporting you here. Nice, slow, controlled movement of your weights. Let's take 3 more. You'll find the core really gets challenged when the arms come up and you're trying to maintain the elbows together. Last time. And relax. Give yourself a little shimmy. Roll the shoulders. You can move the neck a little bit here. Up and down. We'll take an inhale and an exhale. One more. All right. Next version that we will go through, weights are down by the side, and this is a warm-up movement that we did, so it should feel familiar. We're going to just let the hand creep to the floor. There'll be a little more demand in your core this way, so keep that in mind. You don't have to go as far down as when you did this without weight. Let's take 3 more reps each side. Coming through our last one. And rest. We will go through a little bit of back here. So sitting near the edge of your chair, I'm going to have you lean a little bit forward. Think long spine. I don't want you to look like this. Nice long back. And then when you're ready, we're going to do a little bit of rowing. And reach those elbows back and up. And relax. Second time, elbows back. And release. And again. Release. Fourth time. Release. Fifth time. Release. Sixth time. Release. Seventh time. Release. Number 8. Release. Number 9. Release. And we're at 10 of 100. So, only 90 more to go. I'm joking. But we are going to do 5 more. So, number 1, relax. Number 2, relax. Third time, and release. Fourth time, and release. Last time, hold it there, hold it there, hold it there. Almost done. Release. Can set the weights down. And again, flail around a little bit. Can shake out the arms, the wrists, the fingers. Breathe a couple times in and out. Can take a little bit of rotation just to help stretch out the back a little more. And come into center. All right, so you can ditch the weights momentarily. We might come back to them. I'll decide. But in the meantime, we're going to work a little bit of our core. So sitting up nice and tall, that's the harder way to do it. So if you want the simpler, you're just going to lean back into the chair. And the movement is lifting the knees off the floor. Oh, wow. Lifting the feet off the floor. That would probably look pretty cool if your knees were on the floor and you're still sitting. Anyways, that's the movement. If you're sitting upright, same thing. It's just going to take more work. So pick the version that you think is best and hold the chair if you need it. Otherwise, more advanced is to hold nothing. So let me fix this. And we can start. All right, up, stabilize. You're balancing on your sitting bones. Breathe, and enjoy, relax. All right, let's take at least 2 more. Up you go. Hold. Engage that core. Bring the stomach into the spine. If you want a little extra here, arms can come up. Ooh, yeah. And relax. We will do last time. So when you're ready, lift up those legs. Try and do a little bit higher than you did before. Maybe the arms come out to the side this time. You'll find overhead, to the side, opposite, cattywampus. You have different stabilization requirements. Some are easier than others. And relax. All right, take a couple breaths before we move on. Full inhale into the belly. This should be moving. And exhale. One more. All right. Hopefully you're feeling good, because the next one that we go for, a little bit of isolated hip work. So basically it's crossing your foot onto your leg. Some of you can't do that. That's fine. That's not the goal. You will see the goal is making this gesture very difficult to do. Lots of energy involved. So to start, lift the leg, extend it forward. For some of you, this is enough the way that it is. But if you want to go on, you're going to rotate your thigh outward, and then without touching, maybe you can bend the knee and hold and hover. This requires a lot of work for your hip, so it is all right if you are not there. Release. And we'll do the other leg. Extend it forward. Some of you stay here and hold. If you tried it on the other side, turn that thigh outward. You can hold it if that helps. Start to lift even higher. Can you bring the ankle and hover it over the knee and release? Good. Let's do 2 more each leg. So extend, pick your variation, rotate, bend the knee, hover, engage your core, release. Other side, extend, rotate, bend, try and hover, and release. Last repetition, leg comes up, can stay or rotate, and bend, but float, hover, relax, and release. Last time, leg comes forward, rotate your hip, bend the knee, and it's all right if you can't get there, because this is harder than you would think. And release. Very nice. Give the legs a little wiggle, in and out. Take a couple breaths. And I have decided we will do a little more with our weights. So you can grab them, and we're going to lean to the back of the chair. The sitting bones are still toward the front of the chair. I'm going to bring the weights up, and I'm going to open the shoulders. We will do a little bit of chest press. So when you're ready, push and take it down. You may find that your shoulders don't like this. If that is you, don't feel like you have to sit there and suffer through it, you can skip this exercise, or you don't even need to use your weights. You can just do it with your hands. But otherwise, we've only got a couple more. Let's take 3 more. Number 1, and number 2, and number 3. Take it down, relax, and now we can get rid of those for good. So the next segment of the class that we'll focus on is a little bit of balance. So we will stand, obviously, and I'm just going to get those out of there. Now, you will stand behind your chair just so that you can see me a little better. I'm going to move the chair over yonder and stand as such. So feet are about parallel, hips distance or so. We will start with some heel raises. So you will lift up, and as you do, think about fanning the toes out. Take it down and take it up. So in addition to that toe fannage, I will say, what you also can be thinking about is there's like a nasty cockroach underneath your big toe, and it's one of those big ones. So you've really got to push down because it could still be kicking, it could not. So don't let it out. Push those big toes down. Keep on lifting and lowering. Let's take 3 more. And 2 more. Last time. And release. All right, we will do the opposite of that. So we will lift to the heels, the toes come up. If you find this really messes with your balance, just pick the toes off the floor. You don't have to take the whole ball of the foot off. But if you're more comfortable with it, you can. So lower it down, and second time, balance on those heels. Take it down, do it again. Next time, and release. Let's take 3 more. Feeling a little bit of work in the shins, fronts of the legs there. And last time. Good. Relax. All right, we will go into a single leg balance. So a couple different ways to do this. I'm going to just reposition myself so you can see. The first way is your kickstand, flamingo, whatever you want to think of it as, where you just bend the knee. If this position doesn't work, that's also fine, where I have just the foot with next to no weight resting on the floor behind you. The other option, which is the one I'll take, bringing the knee up. And we're going to do this for 20 seconds, give or take. So what to do with your eyes, you might be wondering. Pick one thing in front of you, not at the floor, in front of you. Just look at that. We're almost done with this leg. And touch down. Give a little bit of a pedal back and forth. And then we're going to take it to the other side. Either your kickstand or lifted knee. And let's wait a couple seconds, and clock starts. We have 20 seconds. Let your eyes fixate on one non-moving thing in front of you. And breathe. Almost there. And done. All right, give a little bit of a weight shift back and forth between the legs. We're going to go through a slow march on the feet. So hold on to your chair. This one might be one where you position yourself like I am, where you're to the side of the chair. And if you needed another chair, just set it up. But otherwise, we begin lifting the legs nice and slow. I'm not trying to rush this. And notice how much are you gripping in the hand? Is it a lot? Is it continuous? Is it maybe a grip here and there? Keep on marching. Nice light foot as you set it down. Let's take 2 more. Last time. And relax. All right. I'm going to... that'll have to do. All right. This one, you're either holding on to the chair, both hands, or you're standing to the side of it. If it doesn't look doable, don't do it, obviously. But what we're going to be doing is some stepping back, just back. So I'll show you what it looks like. Step, come forward. Tap, come forward. This could be not as far as me, obviously. It could be just taking the foot behind you and touching the floor. You know, it could be a deeper step, assuming that you have that capability. But settle in your variation and continue. You should be feeling a little bit of work in the glutes, the hips, the quadriceps, which are right there. We want to be mindful of the knee. If you feel this in the knee, just tap the foot. You don't have to bend or anything. But otherwise, let's take 5 more. And 2, and 3, and 4. Last time, 5. Good. Give your legs a little bit of a pedal. And we're going to do the other side. Same thing. Tap for starters. Get used to the movement. If it feels comfortable, safe in your body, you can progress a little further. Keep in mind, there's no competition with how far you can get or whatever. And especially because I'm not there working out with you, I can't see you. Err on the side of caution and safety. But continue. Don't forget to breathe. And here's a couple with just the tap. Keep doing how you're doing. Let's take 5 more. And 2, 3, and 4, and 5. All right. Let's place this there. You can go back to your chair. And let's do some cool down. All right. Start just with some breaths. Taking some nice deep inhales, good exhale. All right. As always, if you need to rest more, rest more. But let's start with a little bit of ankle rotation, just like the beginning, in an easy circle, and opposite way. Set it down, other side, rotate and rotate. Opposite way. And set her down. All right, let's give our hamstring a little bit of a stretch. Extend the leg forward. Make sure you are toward the edge of the chair. Pushing down through the bent leg, belly in, lengthen up, hinge forward until you start to get a stretch in the hamstring, maybe the calf. Yeah. Settle, breathe. Try and keep a little bit of length in your spine. Have you collapsed a little bit? If that's the case, maybe just back off. You can bring it up. Other leg, out it goes. Push down, lengthen up, belly in, lean forward, and hold. But don't hold your breath. Couple more moments here. And bring it up. Release the legs. All right, let's scooch the hips as far back as they go. Open the knees, hold on to the chair, lean forward. You can continue holding chair. You could rest your arms on the legs, the floor, if there's room for you down there. But breathe. And when you're ready, bringing it up nice and easy. Closing the legs. Adjust so that you're back toward the front of the chair. And we will bring the arms up and inhale. And then exhale, let them fall off to the side in an easy twist here. And we'll inhale. Exhale, other side. And inhale. Hands can arc down. Coming back to the lap, let's take the head through a small circle. Other way around. Finish this one. And relax the head. Last one we will do, arms to the side. You're going to spin the palms upward. Think of letting the pinkies kind of point up. And then you're going to spin the palms backward, reach the hands back, getting a little stretch into the chest, the front of the shoulders. And then we open, lift the chin, the collarbone, engage the core. One more, spinning in, pressing back, and rotate upward. Release, give yourself a little shimmy, roll those shoulders. Other way. Take a big breath. And that is a job well done. All right, everybody, it's a pleasure as always. If you like this stuff, hit the little like button, subscribe so that you see whenever we post new ones. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.